Chapter number 5A. Chapter number 5A. Criminal conspiracy. Conspiracy. Criminal conspiracy. Section 120A. Definition of criminal conspiracy. 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 When two or more person agree to do or cause to be done. Cause to be done. cause to be done यानी कि सेक्शन 120 ए डेफिनेशन ऑफ क्रिमिनल कंस्पिरेंसी when two or more person agree to do or cause to be done. Cause to be done. Number 1, in illegal act or in illegal act or number 2, in act which is not illegal by illegal mean. In act which is not illegal by illegal mean, such in agreement is designated a criminal conspiracy. Criminal conspiracy, provided that no agreement except in agreement to commit in offense shall amount to a criminal conspiracy unless some act beside the agreement is done by one or more party to such agreement in pursuance thereof. Explanation: it is immaterial. It is immaterial whether the illegal act is the ultimate object of such agreement or is merely incidental to that object. हो गया सिंपोसिज्म यानी कि सेक्शन 120 है डेवलपमेंट ऑफ लॉ कंस्पिरेंसी. सेक्शन conspiracy under the code. Conspiracy meaning यानी कि डेवलपमेंट ऑफ conspiracy. Chapter 5A was inserted in the penal code in 1913. Conspiracy at common law had its origin primarily as a civil wrong but was laterly made punishable as a criminal wrong. Conspiracy was originally used to explain the act of agreement of who combine to agree on legal proceeding in a annexation or improper way. The Star Chamber gave it a more concrete form, or such in agreement was made a substantive offense, even when no act was done in presence of it. The gradual evolution of the law of conspiracy it widened scope, and journal application can also be traced in close association with the law of principle and accessory. According to the English law, if two or more persons agree together to do something contrary to law or wrongful and harmful toward another person, or to use unlawful mean in the carrying out of an object not otherwise unlawful, the person who so agree commit the crime of conspiracy. The House of Lord in the famous case of Muckleby versus R stated, a conspiracy consists not merely in the merely in the intention of the two or more, but in the agreement of two or more to do in unlawful act by unlawful mean. So long as such a design rest in intention only, it is not indicatable when two persons agree to carry into effect the very plot in act in itself, and the act of each of the party promise excuse contract contractum contractum applicable of being in force it lawfully punishable if for a criminal object or for the use of criminal meaning use of criminal mean use of criminal mean conspiracy under the code. Conspiracy under the Indian Penal Code originally was punishable only in two form conspiracy by way of the abandonment 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 and conspiracy involved in certain offense. Conspiracy involved in certain offense in the former inact or illegal omission must take place in pursuance 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 of conspiracy in order to be punishable, while in the late membership suffered to establish the charge of conspiracy. In 1870, the law of conspiracy was widened by the insertion of Section 121A IPC Wide Act आईपीसी वाइड एक्ट यानी कि 27 ऑफ 1870 section 4 in chapter 6 under the section 121 of the code. It is in offense to conspiracy to commit any of the offense punishable by section 121 punishable by section 121 हो गया punishable by section 121 punishable by section 121 और conspiracy meaning conspiracy का मीनिंग क्या है ए क्रिमिनल कॉन्स्पिरेंसी under the English law, a criminal conspiracy under the English law and also under the Indian law as it now stand it the agreement of the two or more person to do in illegal act to do even illegal act to do in illegal act to do in legal act by illegal mean in other word a joint evil attend it necessary to constitute crime. No physical action need take place, no consumption of the crime need be achieved or even attempted. It is only when two agree to carrying a plot into the effect that the very plot become in act in itself or punishable in law. For instance, A and B made a plan to murder C. A and B made a plan to murder C. Later pass between then has to the movement of C. Here both A and B are liable for indictment to a charge of the criminal conspiracy under this section, since there was a agreement between A and B to do an illegal act that mean to commit the murder of the C. Therefore the passing of the criminal law amendment act of the 1913 conspiracy to do in illegal act was punishable only when such act announced to in a offense. It was also initial in the word of the section 107 under clause 2 of the code that in act or illegal omission should only to take place in presence PURSUANC presence of the conspiracy and in order to the doing of the act which was object of the conspiracy. The Criminal Law Amendment Act 1913 has, however, introduced two rather drastic two rather drastic change in this respect. In this respect by Section 120B, punishment is provided for criminal conspiracy of all kind. Number एक, whether according to the requirement of the Section 107 in or act has or less not taken place in pursuance of such conspiracy, whether required to Section 100 no 115 और सेक्शन 116 द ऑब्जेक्ट ऑफ द कॉन्स्पिरेंसी इज और नॉट द ओमिशन ऑफ ऑफेंस नीलनी नीलनी इन स्टेट वर्सी नीलनी 1999 द फाइव सुप्रीम सेट राजीव गांधी मर्डर case the apex court held that in agreement between two or more person to do in illegal act amount to criminal conspiracy. The illegal act may or may not be done in pursuance of agreement but the very agreement in a offense it is punishable. Every one of the conspirator need not have taken active part in the commission of each and every one of the conspiratorial act for the offense of conspiracy may conspiracy be to be made out to be made out to get to be made out to be made out to get to be made out to be made out हो गया ingredient हो गया the ingredient of the section 120 AIPC are as stated below. There should be in agreement between two or more person who are legal to conspire. The agreement should be do or cause to be done in illegal act or act which may not self itself by illegal mean हो गया illegal mean in illegal act राम नारायण पोपली हो गया राम नारायण पोपली requirement of two or more person a conspiracy being in agreement it necessarily follow that there must be at least two person. One person alone cannot conspiracy. One person alone cannot conspiracy. However, a person may be in a indicated along for conspiracy with person who are unknown, dead, uncaught, and inapplicable of the committing the crime of omission or have been Bombay versi appraisal of law of conspiracy appraisal of law of conspiracy appraisal of the law of conspiracy. Definition of the criminal conspiracy: when two or more persons agree to commit an offense punishable with death, imprisonment for life, or imprisonment for neither, destitution for a term of the 2 year or upward, or to cause in offense हो गया cause in offense हो गया cause in offense को 120 बी punishment for criminal conspiracy punishment for